Girl, are we going influencers?
I guess.
Ooh, turn the camera on.
Turn the camera on.
Nothing you say matters.
Turn the TV up.
Nothing you say matters unless that camera is moving.
Trad room, non-negotiable. John's putting my tie on.
And,
You choke me.
Actually, I should have thought of that. Oh, it'd be such a great.
Wow! Wearing the.
Isn't that a really cute outfit? Go, don't break your knee.
Bonjour.
Oh my God.
Are you like French?
Are you French?
Are you from France?
I'm Ulster.
I'm Ulster.
Which also, what fuck name is that?
I think she was like Australian or some shit.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm Urston.
I
don't know how to do an Australian accent.
Oh my God. Come on, episode 6. Let's get sickening. Yeah. Welcome back to On the Curve.
Welcome back to On the Curve.
Take your bins out.
Take your bins out. It's trash day. You know, recycle, reduce, reuse.
Shake the ice. Actually, all my ice melted, so this is just liquid.
So good.
Shake the liquid.
Ooh.
R.I.P. Corey King got sent home last night on Drag Race.
R.I.P. Take me to the king.
Wade in the water.
Yeah, Drag Race is good this season.
Drag Race is good this season. I'm kind of missing Joella.
I said it off rip. I'm like, that's my girl. I did not want her to lose the lip sync.
Do you think for the finale she's gonna come out in like another giant mattress that's like stoned the house down?
If she was smart, she would.
Yeah.
And if it was like fitted.
Oh,
If it
it's
was
like
a
it's like
fitted
a
gown,
it's like a cunty
yes,
like body.
yes, made out of like if she did like a fitted like mermaid like out of the mattress material or like at least the print of the mattress.
Oh, what if she did like a Russian nesting doll? And it was like a big mattress, and she took it
Oh
off to
my
like
God.
another mattress, and it was another mattress.
Remember RuPaul in the back?
Yeah.
I feel like we glossed over that
with the botched nose job.
Well, which
Does RuPaul have a nose job?
oh my God, remember the reunion when like the Zoom reunion where he had that like that mask
That was
on?
because of that?
That was like his like second one. Like his nose continues to
What?
get smaller and smaller.
I thought it was like a COVID joke.
No. That was the eeriest, weirdest reunion ever.
RuPaul got that hee
The
nose.
hee-hee.
He got that hee.
RuPaul is hot.
Hot?
Mm-hmm.
Mama.
Oh. Also, Corey King and Lydia, that was lesbian representation.
That was lesbian representation.
That was some of the best lesbian representation we've gotten all year.
nasty kiss.
That kiss was not
That
good
was
lesbian representation.
Corey's mouth was entirely over
like
Lydia's
was one
mouth.
of those fishes that my friends and I, like back in college, when we would like talk about like guys being bad kissers or something, we would do this.
Ew. What's your worst kiss? What was your worst kiss? Have you ever had one?
Are you kidding?
Oh yeah, we've kissed.
Well, that's not my worst one.
My worst kiss.
No, your worst one. Stop.
Wait, can I tell a story?
You love humiliating me. You love humiliating me.
You're the one that edits
No,
the
you know what? No,
episodes.
we're not putting that in.
Okay.
No, but I will tell you my worst kiss.
What's your
Look,
worst?
just look how I'm peaking. Just scream.
Should I check my blood pressure right now?
Okay, but also, yeah, let the record show there was a time where John and I, you know, there were vibes.
Yeah.
Before you knew you were non-binary and before I knew that I was straight or that I was lesbian.
No, I'll tell that story. The fact that I watched the Renaissance tour in theater. Oh, we saw the Renaissance tour together. We already have talked about that.
No, we didn't.
We haven't talked
You
about
saw
that?
with Missy.
No, I was saying sorry.
We went to
the Renaissance tour together.
Yes.
Missy and I saw the Renaissance tour in theaters.
Shout out Missy. Thanks for watching.
Mama, let's just say treated that movie theater like Studio 54. I'll end it there. And when they did, if you've seen the Renaissance movie, they always do like, in like a documentary of a tour, there's always like the like non-performance like, oh, traveling with my family's hard.
Behind the scenes.
And one of them
I'm
did.
hungry.
I'm hungry. No fish, no sugar, no dairy. I'm hungry. But they did a segment for the Renaissance tour where they did like a shout out for all, I think they called them the dolls in the movie.
Do they?
I think so, but it was all the like trans non-binary dancers that did like the voguing, and I watched that, and I left that theater, and I literally
Mid movie or after?
mid movie, I had the thought, and after I started talking about it, where I was like, do I want to be that?
Do you
Want to be non-binary?
Are you good at making coffee?
And what are your pronouns? Oh my
My
god!
pronouns are they, them, they, them.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sweating. Oh, I'm sweating. Holy shit, that's funny.
Oh my god, that's funny as fuck. Danity Kane, shout out.
But the answer was no. I decided that I'm very comfortable with him, unfortunately.
Okay, my worst kiss.
My worst kiss went a little like this. Tell me about it.
It was okay. So I do this. Okay, ever since I started making out with people in college, my biggest fear is thin lips, which is kind of why
Lizard lips.
And I have big lips, y'all. The blueprint.
You got that.
I got that. I know, and because having lips, if you don't have lips but you're kissing someone else with lips, it's just about proportions. It's just about matching.
Yeah.
Puzzle piece. And okay, so when I was moved to New York, I was fully straight and convinced myself that I liked men or whatever. And men do like me, especially the way I looked at that time. I was serving straight girls down, and I went on a Tinder date with this white guy who normally isn't my type. I'm surprised. I do not. Fatim was like, I thought you were slinging white left and right. Not me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. But he was white and super skinny and had long blonde hair. He looked like the main character from this cartoon O'Grady. You ever watch O'Grady? God, so good.
Girl, I don't watch that hentai shit.
It's not. That's American, right? And I decided to go for it because he was artsy. He was a painter for Louis Vuitton.
Fears.
He made paintings on the bags and and so he was rich. But art school Brooklyn rich. So he didn't really act like it. Anywho. He was such a vibe, and this is a great way to know that you're not straight is that when you are trying so hard to like someone. And every date I was going on, I was trying so hard to like these people because honestly the men I was going on dates with they were good people. A lot of them were great, would pay, whatever. We go back to his place. Also, he was in an open relationship.
Okay.
And this is when I didn't know anyone in New York. I didn't know nothing really about open relationships. He was like, oh yeah, my girlfriend lives with me. And I was just naive because I thought she had a separate room or something. But it was anyways, I go back to his place and I see pictures of his girlfriend. I was like, is this a mirror?
No.
Yeah, she did look exactly like me, which now that I'm in the whole scene and shit,
I'm kind of what's the point of being open if you're gonna fuck someone that looks just like your partner?
She was studying abroad or something, so I think he missed her.
Missed her.
And then I just sat on the floor with his dog, and then he sat on the floor with me, and then we started kissing. Yo, full body chills, when okay, because I think I'm demisexual because I don't find just physicality hot.
Okay.
There has to be emotion wrapped in it. It's pigs in a blanket. There has to be emotion and admiration wrapped in order for me to feel something. And it was so dry.
Yeah.
And it was just so much pecking.
It was so dry. Kind of like your vagina.
And the worst part, what makes a bad kiss truly the worst kiss ever, is when you pull apart and the guy goes, "You're the best kisser ever."
No.
And meanwhile, I'm experiencing trauma to the 5th degree.
Ooh.
Kissing this person, perfectly nice man, amazing, incredible painter. He also only painted black people. Maybe this was a Jordan Peele movie.
Go get out. Get out.
Wah, 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 wah. And I just said, I have to go. I'm sorry. I don't do this on first dates. Oh.
That's nasty.
That was probably my worst kiss.
And the dog was just sitting there.
The dog was probably like, bring me to take me with you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was my worst kiss down.
Do you think he was kissing his dog that night after he left?
Well, then he kept texting me and was like, "Oh, look at my nice spice rack," and I had to do the thing where I'm sorry, like, I'm so sorry, I just don't think this is,
I just like Brooklyn straight men are just a breed of their own.
Because it's kind of like, what are you doing here?
Like,
wait a minute, go be a man.
Why are you as a man painting?
Why are you as a man living in Bushwick? Change those pronouns or get out.
Change your pronouns, Mimi. Change your pronouns. Change them around.
Oh my God.
My worst kiss?
Yeah.
Okay, I was living in Florida. And well, I don't know. Okay, like, when you like are like kind of like internet connected to someone for a long time and then you actually meet them.
Like mutuals?
No, it was like, I think a guy and I had like chatted on Grindr non-sexually and just been like, oh, let's exchange Snapchats, and we just kind of like would Snapchat for like a year and a half.
Okay.
Randomly.
Okay.
And I was home for the summer and he was part of some like Democrat campaign for like the mayor or the governor, some bullshit.
Okay.
And he was like, do you want to go canvassing with me? And it was like our first date.
You have lived so many lives.
Well, because he didn't have a car. So talk about fucking woke trash. So our first date was I drove him around neighborhood to neighborhood in my blue Prius that said "Tree Lover" on the back, and we canvassed for the Democratic campaign. And I canvassed for
what the fuck?
And I canvassed for like 6 hours.
Who cares about the kissing?
Cause I'm setting it up. I put in work for this kiss because he was like a cute little twink, and I was like, yeah, I want to make out with him.
Okay.
And like, so we're like canvassing for like 6 hours.
And in Florida's important.
In Florida.
So Lord's work.
And then like we finished canvassing, and then like that night, I think I was home alone. And I was like, oh, do you want to like come over? And so he comes over. And we're like in my bed and we start making out. And it's one of those, do you know when you can tell a kiss is going bad? So your lips just kind of stop moving. You're like, and then you're like, but theirs are still moving.
It's like dancing.
You're kind of just like seeing how long they'll go. It was one of those like, I swear like he came at me like like tongue first, just jutting out.
I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna faint. I can't. I hate saliva.
And it was one of those like, I think I lasted a minute, and then I pulled back and I was like, I think you should leave. And so after the 6 hours of canvassing, I was like, I think you should leave.
Oh my, bad kisses. What's worse, bad kisses or bad sex?
Bad kisses.
I think bad kisses because it's just face just mushing.
Because I feel like I feel at least with sex, I feel like
something had to be good.
If it's bad, I'm kind of like, I can at least figure out how to make this fun for me. With a kiss, it's like it ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, and at least like when I would hook up with men or whatever, I could at least just be like, let's just get this over with.
Also, I feel like bad sex is like a funny story I want to tell immediately.
Bad kisses.
A bad kiss, I'm like embarrassed.
I started sweating during this. Hearing my story and hearing your story.
I also feel like bad sex, I feel like it's very easy to be like, that wasn't my fault. A bad kiss is like that could have been either of us. That could have been either of us. Yeah. Kissing women is great though. I love kissing boys.
Kiss the same gender.
Kiss the same. If you're having a bad kiss, try out the same gender.
Yeah.
Try out the same gender. Yeah. If it's a bad kiss with the same gender, kiss a non-binary person. This episode is so pro non-binary. We love our divas.
And if the non-binary person is beautiful, if they exceed your standards, we're talking about beauty standards.
We're talking about beauty standards. Take your binz out. What is your standard of beauty?
Okay, I was thinking we could do this like head to toe. Like we can start with like beauty standards of hair and then face. And then,
Is that
I
the
don't know,
Naomi
body.
Smalls review show? And this
From
is head to toe.
She's sitting like how you were sitting with that bob wig. She's oiled up. She's like in her thing. Can we talk about how John was sitting that whole episode? You are such a girl.
Hey, but look at me now. These legs are double crossed.
Oh my god.
Speaking of bobs, a quick interlude.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on TikTok, obviously. And I have currently been following. I sat immediately like the bob.
I got ready too.
I started talking about bobs, so
Locked
I
in.
went right back. I'm gonna stay there. This is so Drew Barrymore, which is like. Okay, so I found this person on TikTok that's doing like a March Madness style bob tournament.
Stop.
Where they have like historic like bobs from like cartoons and people, and it's like episode by episode. It's like, is it Willy Wonka or Nara Smith? Is it
Willy Wonka.
Is it Dora or Tina Belcher?
Tina.
Is
no,
it,
wait,
is
that's
it,
hard.
Is it Colette from Ratatouille or Edna Mode? It's like,
Ooh, Colette.
they're hot. Edna Mode. Her bob is literally incredible.
Colette is just so hot.
Yeah.
And the anime. Yeah, okay, I do have to give
All
it
I'm
up.
saying is I felt a little underrepresented that my picture wasn't in that bracket.
It'll be in there soon. Give it like 3 years.
Should I submit for the next one? I'd like to be in the next tournament. We could do head to toe though.
Okay, so beauty standards, we're essentially talking about like intersectionality, like what are black beauty standards, what are whites beauty standards, what are straight versus queer, you know? Like you're black, right? You know, like growing up, maybe like you growing up like mixed and stuff, me growing up in a white neighborhood, how people perceived our beauty, and like it's just all arbitrary.
It is.
And so if we start with hair,
Ooh.
black hair,
Girl.
I don't think there's like, okay, because South Korea, their beauty standards are like, I don't know how to unproblematic. I was gonna compare it. No,
White.
white. No, but they're just strict. It's like tyranny. It's like just like there's no subjectivity.
Yeah.
Beauty is objective in Korea, and if you don't look like a certain thing, then you're not pretty.
Yeah.
Whereas
Damn.
there's a lot more things are more up for debate in like a lot everywhere else in the world. But
Black hair.
what's your blackest hairstyle?
An afro.
Nice.
I had an afro for a long time. I kind of want it back.
It's cute.
I haven't had it since I was like 12
Oh my god, I live.
because I've been doing my fresh fades.
My fresh fade.
Shake my dreads out.
Shake your dreads.
But yeah, because I feel like, well, I'm mixed. We all know this, and I feel like especially hair is like a dead giveaway for a mixed person.
Yeah.
Where it's like my hair, I could flat iron my hair.
I want to so bad.
Mine.
Yes, I told you that. Psst.
My sister and I did once, and it just turns into like a Einstein.
Oh,
Like
it goes up?
It goes out in every direction.
Halloween.
You remember like thing 1 and thing 2?
Oh.
It gives like that, like blue, like frizz.
Oh, I'm gonna get my bristle brush. I'm gonna get it.
But I mean, I feel like black hair is that's something I'm still learning. Like, I feel like I was raised by a white mom who like basically begged me to get cornrows, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I want that.
So she was like into black culture.
Oh yeah, my mom. Sorry to this girl. I keep dragging her to the mud in this podcast. But one time we went for a walk, and she loved black culture.
Fascinating.
And we were going for a walk one time, and she was like, John, you know how like different like races have different like they'll give like different gestures to like say hello. She's like, and like, you know, like Latino people will like nod their head up, or like white people like wave, and like black people give like the little like. And she was like, for some reason like black men always do that to me. I was like, Mom, that doesn't mean that you're black. That means they're trying to fuck you.
Is your mom Olsen?
Oh my god. Oh my god. These black men are all just like shaking their dreads at me.
Because okay, from what I see with like black people with white moms or whatever, it's like sometimes it's either completely disregarding like blackness and just being like, you're a person. Like, I don't see color. Or I guess in your case, I don't hear a lot about your case where it's like really into black culture.
I also
and, like,
think like
appropriating it.
I definitely had like I think as many black people have, I've like grown to become way more acquainted with my blackness over the years.
Oh yeah.
Where I think especially growing up in like predominantly like white neighborhoods,
Plantation.
like Plantation, Florida, I held my blackness at like arm's length for sure. And I think a big part of that was hair, that I was like, I don't want cornrows because it feels like an immediate identifier.
Hair, yeah, like second to your skin, hair is like so make or break for the black experience.
Oh yeah.
Amongst everyone, like, okay, so I had what I call like a shea butter baddie mom. Like, it's a thing where most black women you talk to, they were like, my mom made me relax my hair. Like, I had to do, they call it like the big chop, which is when black women like chop off all like their damaged hair or whatever to like start on a hair journey, because a lot of people have to relax it and loosen the curl pattern. My mother was not about that. My mother was she's alive.
Oh my god. Dawn Marie.
My mother gave me locks. Dreadlocks, which I am currently locking my hair. So, but these are uniform. These are nice. The locks that my mother sent me off to a upper class, rich elementary school in. Girl, I might as well have been
Rastaman.
You know that? Isn't there like some game where kids like all grab like a ribbon tied to a string and like run around it? That was me in the classroom.
Oh my god.
It was just like when you give a mouse a cookie, when you give white people locks to touch, it's just yoink, and it's just running around.
Ring around the dreadlock, trying to pull that shit off. Nappy. They all fall down.
Luckily they weren't as lyrically talented as John. But yeah, I had locks, and like it's just weird with hair because you don't see anything wrong with yourself until people make it a problem. Until like you go and people are like, so what's up with your hair? And I'm like, what do you mean what's up with this? My hair? And then they start asking all these questions, and then you start asking yourself questions like, wait a minute, why don't I wash my hair every day? Why isn't my hair like, why doesn't it work with Garnier Fructis? Like, what is this? And then like, unfortunately, because I was also gentle parented, which like I do think it is a great thing to gentle parent your children, but my parents were like refused to believe that anything could be wrong with me, and therefore they didn't listen to me. So I would be like, Mom, I think my hair is weird, and kids are like kind of bullying me for it. And my mom go, you're perfect. You're good. Your hair is perfect. Instead of being like, oh, okay, like maybe we can adjust and like act accordingly, and like actually listening to me as a child. Because honestly, I wish my mom would have given me like a wig.
Oh my god.
A wig in 8th grade. Or like would have just like given me like an assimilation hairstyle. Just so I could have like skipped past all of that. Because it did not like necessarily instill pride in me. It like, and maybe that's just my personality type. Like I did not come out being like, I love my uniqueness. I am,
Unique?
fluorescent beige, like whatever. I was like, this fucking sucks. And as like a 27-year-old, I am like, that still sucked.
Yeah. Affinity with grabbing black hair. Girl, when I had my fro on a daily basis,
Everybody, babies.
everyone touching my babies
in the grocery store would
everyone
grab
touching
my hair.
I will say, I also like when I had a fro, I used to use it as my pencil case. I would stick my pens in, and if someone asked for a pen in class, I would reach up and pull it out.
Stop.
I use that thing like a utility belt. But yeah, I feel like my most like visceral memories with hair were like when I was getting my hair. The number of times I've sat in a barber chair and the first thing they've said is, "Are you black?" And I'll be like, "Why?"
I thought we were going gay.
No.
Oh my god.
No. It's like,
oh my Shayla.
I've been asked, and one time it was by a black woman, but every other time was by a white man. They asked me my race, and I'll be like, "Why?" And I've literally gotten so many times, "It'll change how I cut your hair."
Interesting.
And I'm like, I feel like you're saying it's because of technique, but to me it sounds like you want to know if I'm black so you can make me a chopo.
I know. Well, it's like, look at your hair, feel it, and act accordingly.
Yeah,
like, why do you need to know the race?
Yeah, and I'm like, why do you need to know my race? Like, can't you
because
just...
black people have different types of hair.
Yeah. I don't know. but
but within the black community, so I call my mom a shea butter baddie because growing up with like natural hair. So I grew up with a bunch of white people. So that was like the whole natural hair versus straight hair thing within the black community didn't even happen to me. Because I just assumed all black people loved each other. I go to college and I'm like, oh, black people hate afros. Black people hate like natural hair. Like locks are like only now starting to have a moment and like are seen as professional and things like that. But it's also really funny when you wear your hair natural, at least in the 2010s, like black women would be like, my sister, oh, love your hair, sister. Oh my God, my sister. I felt like I was in the fucking 1960s. Like I felt like I was part of the Black Panther movement. Yeah. Which was all about like wearing your natural hair and stuff, which the Black Panther movement got misogynistic.
In this fucking hat, how are you saying that right
now? Okay, ladies.
Oh my God. If your mom was a shea butter baddie, my mom was a goat soap whitey. For the girls that know, so this also was like my hair was so fucked as a kid. My mom used to churn
butter,
goat milk into soap. That was the only thing I could use in the shower. My mom was like peak granola. Like everything that we used was organic. We couldn't have anything scented because it was like triggered her tachycardia. Okay. And it was like I literally all I used in the shower was goat soap. My fried. My hair was fried.
I get why you want to do this podcast. You have stories.
I have so many stories, man.
But aside from blackness, I guess with hair really does like not make or break. It can make or break, but it also changes an aura. I am a different person with every hairstyle that I have. Oh, that is what I love about being a black woman. Unstoppable. They balded me though. I had braids all summer. Knotless braids. Because it's just tea, long hair. Me with long hair is diabolical. When the sun is out, oh my God, bitch. Ooh! Yeah, eradicated my edges, so.
Yeah, I feel like I've never had anything besides an afro in my current hair that I'm curious to try something new.
You would have known me in my wig era. Free drinks all around. Oh, never paid for a single drink.
The word on the curb. The word on the curb. On the curb. Okay, so that's the head. What's
head?
Next? Shoulders.
I guess we could talk about pretty privilege.
Oh yeah.
The face. Oh, and light skin privilege.
Yeah.
We have to address light skin privilege. It's real.
Yeah.
Who denies that?
It's real.
Like, what? Like, do people not understand that, like, the darker the berry, the sweeter
Black
the juice.
the berry,
the sweeter the juice. But also, people, like, associate that with masculinity.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so insane. And, like, for the gravity of the situation, I was the darkest person in my neighborhood. I was, except for Odie. Shout out Odie. He was Nigerian. But I was, one of the, because I was, like, one of the only black kids. And, like, I might as well have been a dude at my school. Like, it's crazy. Like, and especially because black women sometimes have like athletic builds. I have an athletic build. Like, I started realizing, I'm like, wait, I didn't realize body dysmorphia could be me thinking I look like a linebacker.
That's like literally what body dysmorphia is.
But I thought it was like about like thinking that you're overweight. I didn't realize that, like, I really thought that I had like football shoulders my whole life, because like I was with a lot of like skinny white girls with like smaller frames. Because I'm also skinny, but I'm just like not like that white frail skinny. Light skin privilege is very real.
Yeah, I feel like it's like there's a light skin privilege and a light skin like punishment. Okay. Of like, y'all ever read To Kill a Mockingbird and the whole thing?
Tequila Mockingbird.
No, it's shots. Okay. To Kill a Mockingbird. There's that chapter about the mixed kids in the town that like neither the black community nor the white community wanted anything to do with. I also feel like, for maybe this is me specifically, but I feel like I have like racial ambiguous privilege.
You kind of get, you're Eevee, the Pokemon.
Yeah,
iguana down.
Because I mean, like phonetically, phonetically, is that like DNA?
Phonetic is like sound, but phenotype is DNA, like, and physical.
Like phonetically.
Physically. Just say talk.
Just say talk. I am from like everywhere basically.
Yeah.
Like I am kind of like the golden child of like mixed kids. Like I got a little bit of everything.
You got a little bit.
A little taste of the rainbow.
Ooh.
Because it all boils down to like a proximity to whiteness.
Yeah.
Which is like what light skin privilege is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a closer proximity to whiteness, which is inherently seen as like still in the society, unfortunately, like the pinnacle of beauty.
Because also, like, there's racism, right? And then there's anti-blackness.
Mm-hmm.
And anti-blackness is worldwide. Mm-hmm. Like, and so I just think that's like a big, because and even in other races, you see like darker skinned people like get like exiled and stuff like that. But there definitely is something isolating for mixed kids for sure.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that Tyler, the Creator quote that everyone makes fun of him for. Too white for the black kids, too black for the white kids. But like, it is a thing. And like, when I moved to Seattle, the combination of me the combination of me going on Retin-A, which is like a chemical exfoliant, and going to Seattle where there's no sun, girl. I feel like my sister. I was not beating the mixed allegations, and like, what is disgusting about that is that the lighter I got, the better I was treated.
Yeah. Girl, okay.
Roll it out.
Mama. Roll it out. Girl, I did my... Okay.
Will you tell the listeners what you're holding?
This is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison.
Talk about it.
Read this in high school for AP English, the smart class.
What'd you get on the test?
A 5. I got 5s on most of my tests, except...
Is this shit tilted down?
Whoa! Okay, but I'm going to read 2 excerpts from this. And they're short.
Yes.
But, okay. Because we're talking about... This whole book is about, like, a black child's kind of first awareness to, like, white beauty. And her, like, kind of, like, obsessive thought patterns about like how she can become closer to whiteness, and her like, experiencing the world as a black child that is like deemed unworthy and ugly because she's black. Excerpt 1.
This is highlighted too.
This is my book from high school. All my
God,
annotations are in
it. Nerd.
Okay, so this first excerpt is when she's at the candy shop.
Okay.
It says, okay, so she gets this candy wrapper. It's called a Mary Jane. And it says, each pale yellow wrapper has a picture on it. A picture of a little Mary Jane from whom the candy is named. Smiling white face, blonde hair in gentle disarray, blue eyes looking at her out of a world of clean comfort. The eyes are petulant, mischievous. To Piccola, the main girl, they are simply pretty. She eats the candy and its sweetness is good. To eat the candy is to somehow eat the eyes. Eat Mary Jane, love Mary Jane, be Mary Jane. 3 pennies had bought her 9 lovely orgasms with Mary Jane, lovely Mary Jane for whom the candy is named. Mama Toni Morrison did her big one. Did her fucking big one.
Toni Morrison, Shantae, you stay,
girl. This
oh
shit
my
is
God.
so. It's just like, I'm not gonna read the other one because I kind of feel like it, but
okay.
But just I feel like honestly reading this book in like public high school,
I would faint.
and I remember like I was reading it and there was one other black kid in class and we'd be reading it and I was just like,
oh girl,
I just like,
oh girl,
as the white kids are like analyzing it, I would just like turn my head and be like, these bitches ain't know shit about this.
Girl, this is so funny how this episode is shifting into being black and white neighborhoods. The experience of studying blackness and black things in a white classroom. I could talk for days about this. I'm gonna tell one story about when I was in elementary school, maybe like 3rd or 2nd grade or something, where like you watch a video about Martin Luther King. That one cartoon, did you ever watch it? Where Martin Luther King like gets shot on the balcony, but it's like they travel back in time.
Yeah.
This is when I first learned how to astral project and to have my soul leave my body. We are studying Martin Luther King Jr. We watch the movie. After, the teacher goes, I'm the only black kid in the class, like in the school practically. The teacher goes, okay, so like, did we learn anything? Like, what did you guys take from the video? Matthew fucking I'm gonna say, raises his hand and he goes, well, I learned that without Martin Luther King, Alexandra wouldn't be in our class right now.
Oh my fucking god.
Hi, Eli.
Hi, Eli.
Oh my
Hi,
god.
Diva.
Hello.
That's fucking insane.
Without Martin Luther King, Alexandra wouldn't be in our class right now. And the teacher was not equipped. None of these teachers were equipped to handle any of this, and it was just horrible. And the teacher just goes, "That's right, Matthew." And you know
That's right, Matthew.
You know when you can hear eyesight, mama. It just like everyone turned to me. I just remember sitting there. I was on the roof. Suddenly, I was on the roof. I was looking at my body.
Oh my god, bitch.
Yeah. Also, oh my god, analyzing Heart of Darkness. Did you
never read that.
The whole, like, one of the themes was like, let's talk about how bad darkness is. Oh, here they said the blackness. That's how you knew it was a bad thing, because the darker the worse. Oh, blackness is so terrible. I remember sitting there being like, wait a minute.
Girl.
Wait a minute.
That's I can't get
Let's talk about, black skin.
MLK is your daddy. That's what he said.
Ew.
Girl. That's crazy. I also feel like, because one of the things you want to talk about was like straight beauty standards and gay.
Okay, yes.
And I feel like one of the funniest things I ever heard was on SNL when they were talking about Colin Jost.
Okay.
And Michael Che was like, yeah, you're like a straight 6, but a gay 10.
Because y'all like kind of like, what is a gay beauty standard?
White.
But like white and kind of like blue collar.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Severance.
Yeah.
He's like gay hot.
I don't know.
With that beard, Diva.
Girl,
he said, take your
That
pants
my
off and
real
bend
beard.
over.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, like what's like the trope is like no fats, no femmes, no Asians.
That's
and like
insane.
And now and then there's like the whole wave of like, I think in the gay community there's the like historic appeal it kind of transcends just race. It's certainly a part of it, but it becomes way more like heteronormative in terms of like masculine feminine attraction.
Okay.
The whole like mask for mask, like I feel like there was a whole wave of like the hottest gay is the person that seems the least gay.
Well, straight acting. Don't people
Straight
like be
acting.
like, oh, can you act straight? Don't people ask that? Or request? Or they're like, gym bro?
Although, yeah, like I feel like
You perform?
the question you get asked. The thing with like gay dating apps is people are blunt as fuck.
No Asians is
The
insane.
number of times I've just gotten the words MASC ? Mask.
Yes or no, mama?
Yes or no? But then I feel like I actually kind of have a because I have a deep voice, and I kind of feel like,
Ooh, his voice melting me. Ooh,
86
his voice melting me. It's melting me.
girl, 86 people on TikTok think that I have a really nice voice. Thank you.
And did.
That I feel like I've been able to skirt by it.
Oh yeah.
I would say I'm mask unless given the opportunity to queen out, and I'm often given the opportunity to queen out. But yeah, I feel like I've been able to skirt by it because like I feel like a whole thing became on like Grindr or whatever, like sending voice memos to like prove that you're masculine.
Oh really?
And so like you hear people like, oh hey dude, like this is like my voice, like you want me to come over and breed you?
Their lowest pitch is your highest.
No, literally that because then it's like,
They probably are like, God damn, when you speak.
I'm blasting the speakers on the phone, the subwoofer is
Literally.
on. But then like I feel like sometimes when I was like younger, I would just like fuck around and I'd be like, they'd like send a voice memo and I'm like, hey girl, hey girl, ooh.
Sorry.
You want me to come over and breed you, sis?
Blocked. Oh my god. I guess lesbian beauty standards. It's kind of incredible. Like I feel like we might be some of the most accepting beauty standards wise in the lesbian community, because so much about becoming a lesbian is leaving the male gaze, and so much of beauty standards is driven by straight white men. Like it's really crazy. And like getting into my queerness has like drastically changed my look, as it does for many. And like there are femmes who like, but it's so amazing because there's a way to dress femme that's not in the male gaze. Like you can dress hyper feminine that like turns off like straight men. because it's like too girly. It's like too much. And so I would say in the lesbian world it's not as strict. I will say though that like the lesbian like archetype that like gets put on a pedestal is like the skinny, like white, like androgynous, but not even really that androgynous. Like Gracie Abrams, you know that skinny bitch.
Yeah, I know her.
I feel like she like the way she is now is not necessarily it, but if she like played into that more,
what's to
that's
do to
kind
get
of her.
you off?
Don't
Taking
you
down my
wanna see
hair
my
like, oh
hair
my
being
god.
Don't you want to hang we have?
I'm obsessed on Twitter right now. You know, like when people like they'll like rant about something completely not associated with her, and then they'll be like, "And fuck it, Gracie Abrams." They'll be like, "Corey King, I'm so sorry I sent you home. I love Lydia B. Collins, and fuck Gracie Abrams." Well, I feel like I agree. I feel like every lesbian I know, as soon as they became lesbian, armpit hair and leg hair off the jump. It just became like which isn't by any means a bad thing, but yeah, it was like a full like pendulum swing into the opposite of.
Because once you leave it, you're kind of just like, wait, why have I been shaving it? Well, I mean, I do shave though, like
shaving
shaving it.
Yeah, but then like with gays, I will never leave the male gaze.
Whoa! Wait, realize. Like, wait. We gotta write that down.
Like, you know, and not only will I never leave it. I have a male gaze.
Yeah, no, the gay community, like queerness as a whole, because also we gotta talk about skinniness. Skinniness runs every queer community. It's so sick and
every
twisted.
community in general. I feel like
I know. So you would think that like queer people, like, you know, we get to choose our families. You think that we'd be smart enough to not uphold these like stupid like body standards.
Yeah.
Because like it has nothing to do with health. It has nothing to do with health. But like, and we're skinny.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Like, we're skinny. Like, I've always had a fast metabolism and stuff.
Yes.
I'm from Southern California, like one of the eating disorder capitals of the world. You're from Florida, one of the eating disorder capitals of the world. Like,
don't ever say I'm from Florida again.
where are you from?
North Carolina.
Oh my. Okay, great. So, what is it about fat phobia? Like, what are we doing?
Which it's so fat. I mean, but like body shapes come and go from like trend always. Like I think we're in an era now of back to like
Republican, conservative,
and like the
skinny.
like Coke girl skinny.
Coke girl skinny.
Like in it, and then before this it was like BBL skinny, where it's like you got curves in the places that you're supposed to and everything else. You got a 50-inch ass and a 19-inch waist.
Yeah,
like it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like historically, like bigger bodies used to be revered, especially like the Renaissance time
and like Victorian, like those bigger women,
because it was seen as a status symbol that you could afford to eat.
That is really how it should be, to be honest.
A real eater. But no, but the topic about like health is so important. I feel like to be vulnerable. I certainly like chased a body type that I'm not for a long time. Like I have a big like fixation on calf muscles is one of my like favorite muscle. And historically, black people have like calves that are like higher up and thinner. And white people have calves that are like no, girl, we got the matching calves. And white people have like typically calves that are like longer and thicker because those are made for like static movement, and like long calves are made for like endurance and like distance.
The Underground Railroad,
you know, or like making slaves march thousands of miles. Like, and but like that like the jock boy white body was like something I like wanted so bad when I was younger. That I would like force feed myself to be like, I need to get bigger. Like I need to be bigger. But I feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized you can change your body in ways if you do whatever routines. But I'm also like, sometimes you're just not supposed to look like something.
Sometimes you are not supposed. The ugliest I've ever been was when I was trying to live my white girl fantasy.
Yeah, when I was trying to be a white boy.
When I was trying to be a white girl and I was trying to be skinny and I was trying to be like less than and like very like frail. Y'all, I'm not meant to look frail. Like my arms have been muscular since I came out the womb. Like I wore, and it was
Michelle
weird.
Obama.
Michelle Obama down. And like I never got an eating disorder in high school. Like, cause I was like an athlete or whatever. So it just never occurred to me. And I was like still skinny enough to like pass under the fat phobia or whatever. But yeah, I was trying to like look like a white woman and like trying to like fit into this mold that one day you really look in the mirror and maybe it's the frontal lobe cooking, maybe it's like a wake up call where you're just like, it's not for me.
It's not for me, mama.
I'm not meant to be like small and fragile and like help me.
I'm not meant to be some buff dude.
I mean, but it's so funny because yeah, you're buff, but in the black way.
I'm toned. Like
Yeah.
But to me, it's all like I think I just look healthy because my body looks how it's supposed to.
Body tea.
No, but like in the true sense of like I don't know, like I used to like when I used to go to the gym, I would track every like movement I did, how many reps, how much weight, which I do think is a good thing to like see progress.
Yeah.
But it got to like a super obsessive point.
It's a slippery slope.
Where now it's like I go to the gym and I'm like, as long as I feel good after, I'm like, I did what I needed to do. On the curb.
So yeah, y'all like love yourself, like love your body. Your body's tea.
Your body. I think anybody can be tea.
Anybody can be tea.
Anybody can be tea, and anybody can be tea.
Okay. Okay, Tony Morris. Okay, John Morris.
Do my big one. What I feel like I had one more. Oh, I feel like my last thought on beauty standards and something that I think is important. You gotta have an ugly phase if you want to have a personality.
Oh, I know.
You
know when someone was never ugly.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of tragic.
I have always said to myself, if I have a kid, I will, in probably like a puppeteering behind the shadows way, make them be ugly until they're 15, 16.
Girl, you're not gonna have to try. It builds so much character.
Yeah, it's like when I looked like this. Insert picture. I'll give you.
I'm not inserting no picture. I'll insert this picture.
I'm just like. When I looked like this, girl, I still had friends and people love me because I learned how to work my little charisma, unique, and nerve and
all
talent.
my life I had to fight. On me. Yeah, and when I looked like this, like I said, I was hanging out with those popular girls because one thing about me, I'm gonna tell a joke. One thing about me, I'm gonna tell a joke and I'm gonna keep the people entertained. And look where we are today.
Oh yeah, I was like big jester energy when I was a kid.
Yeah. That's also an aspect of being black, though. No wait, what's the hello my baby, hello my darling. Yeah, just tap dancing for the white folks. But you know, I love who I am now. I love the way I look. Like it's everything.
Me too.
So love yourself.
Should we take a trip to the psych ward?
Let's take a trip to the psych ward. My mind.
I think this week mine's more of an abstract.
Okay, what sent you to the abstract?
And it came from I had my end of year review with my boss.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna go into detail, but basically, I saw this. I've been saying it ever since I saw it on TikTok. One time I saw on TikTok this guy say, my nervous system cannot differentiate between a guy not texting me back and being held at gunpoint. And I've felt that many. I mean, I'm an anxious girl, but when I went into this end of year review, my nervous system, girl, asking your boss for more money, I literally thought she reached through Zoom and had a gun to my
it's me, you're out in danger.
And I literally told her that on screen. She was like, how are you doing? And I was like, I feel like I'm being held at gunpoint. She goes, John, oh my God.
You have your armband on.
I'm actively taking my blood pressure.
80,000 over 7.
Yeah, what sent me to this like word? I think just is the, I mean, you just got a job, so you know.
The corporate
but like,
ladder.
Girl, the corporate ladder is the most bullshit thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm good at it. Like I know
escalators.
Eo.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just like what it's like, why is my nervous system on fire in my end of year review when ultimately I don't give a fuck about my job. I don't give a fuck about this. I like what I do, but if I didn't have to do my job for the rest of my life, I wouldn't blink twice.
But it's like it's capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism, it's like you have to fight for your life to not assign your worth to your job.
A real spender.
A real spender, a real worker.
A real earner.
Because, and so yeah, it's nerve-wracking. And it's also just like, because jobs are a game. And I mean, I like to win. You like to win, you know?
All I do is win, no matter what. Well, I didn't win this week. Did not win this week.
So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, what sent me to the psych ward was my own ability to regulate my anxiety.
My anxiety, Donna. Have you seen that Doechii song that's been going viral?
Yeah.
My anxiety. Yeah.
What sent you to the psych ward this week?
Okay, so this is also going to be an abstract take on it. Because remember last night I said that I discovered the meaning of life, low-key?
Oh, I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this.
This is a psych ward because based off of the way my brain worked this night, I should have gone to the psych ward. Okay, so you know, I like to wind down with a few puffs of a weed cigarette at night. You know, a lady do puff a weed cigarette at night, and when I do this, all the synapses in my brain start to connect, and everything starts making sense, which is how you get real crazy. So, I was in the high motion. I gotta remember how this works. And so stay with me here. I'm on synesthesia Reddit. Synesthesia is like when you mix your senses up, and like it's just an association game. Pretty much anyone can do it, but like I personally have like a color-coded alphabet that like I can't unsee. Like I can't unsee it.
Whoa.
Yeah, like in like every word, like a lot of times I see words in my head like as they're going and things like that, which is also kind of why I'm good at quick math, because I see it. But anyway, so I'm on synesthesia Reddit because I love looking at people like talking about it. Be like, I drew my girlfriend's voice. It's like everything.
Whoa.
On synesthesia Reddit, people were talking about Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan made Oppenheimer, made Interstellar, and they were talking about whether Christopher Nolan has spatial synesthesia, and whether, because in Interstellar and in Oppenheimer, he plays with time a lot and makes it physical. Because spoiler alert for Interstellar, time is kind of like this bookcase. Like it's this bookcase that Matthew McConaughey is in. He's like hitting it and all those things. So I started thinking about time not just being this concept, but being like a physical thing or something. Like I've always thought that we need to fear time more than we do. Yeah. Like I always think the concept of time and like us having clocks is like offensive, because it's like who do we think we are providing numbers and like thinking that we understand aging and time and stuff. And so then that takes me to, I was on TikTok and I started seeing videos of cows. And I'm like, oh my God, like these cows are so cute. It's so sad that like we have to market like these cows lived a good life before they died when we eat them, like free range stuff. And I start thinking, what if we're being hunted and farmed by time? What? Hear me out. Because like what if
I'm not hearing nothing.
What if we are like the free range cows that get to live a good happy life, but like they cap it at some point because time wants to eat us down?
One last pop cup.
A real eater.
Oh, time is a real eater. Girl.
So that all went through. Oh, and then what?
Wait, so you're saying you think time is like an entity?
I kind of think time like I started seeing time as like a society. As almost like the Sixth Sense, because you know how like there's something we can't see, like there are some, because we can only be in so many dimensions or so many different senses. And I'm like, what if time is like a sixth sense that like aliens on a different planet are like, you guys don't see time,
but also like time isn't linear.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I'm definitely of the belief that like everything has happened and hasn't happened at the same time.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's another movie. And so what made me, because I forgot I had that. I forgot that I even thought about that. Oh God, I didn't. Anyways, I just found a note on my notes app the next morning that said "Time is hunting us." Like, isn't that crazy? Isn't that kind of a cool idea?
You had an episode.
Anyways, that sent me to the psych ward because I looked at that notes app the next morning and I was like,
girl, that was your innie. Your innie was leaving you coded messages. Time is hunting you.
And on that note, this was Beauty Standards.
Thank you for listening
An
to an
insane episode.
of the Psych Ward. We'll see how much makes it in.
An episode of On the Curb.
On the curb.
And welcome to the Psych Ward.
Take your bins out.
Take your bins out. Love y'all.
Love y'all.